So I started teaching at Michigan State University in 2009. I was a year out of Juilliard. I was 25 years old. And I had no clue. I had never taught at the university level. I'd been teaching off and on since I was about 14 years old. But teaching in the university setting, one, you're dealing with people who are extremely advanced. And at MSU, it's an extremely unique environment because there's a loaded faculty across the board of the College of Music of well-established performers who are also educators. And so specifically in the jazz faculty, between Rodney Whitaker and Randy Gillespie, you're talking about hundreds of recordings under their belts, and thousands of concerts with world-renowned artists. So the environment is one that causes you to grow extremely quickly. People always say that your first year teaching is kind of like your first year of marriage, where you're like working out so many different kinks. And for me, the first 3 years was just, because it's teaching, not just teaching trumpet lessons, but I teach jazz composition and arranging, and I also conduct a big band. Two of those things I had never done before. I had never taught arranging, and I had never conducted a big band. So immediately you listen to recordings. So I started getting more heroes in the music just from learning about the different conductors in the education world and the different arrangers. And so I started developing new idols. A few years into the game, people like Oliver Nelson and Johnny Mandel and Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn and Frank Foster, and you go down the list, and Frank West and Ernie Wilkins. And so MSU and the connection with the students, because yes, I'm a teacher and yes, I'm a professor, but more importantly, I'm a student. So to me, education is you take a couple steps and then you watch your student take a couple steps, and they might take a few steps ahead of you and you guide them as they take their steps, and then you take a couple steps. And so I learned probably just as much, if not more, from my students, because they're so fresh, and they're so hungry, and they're so driven, and they're so respectful of the tradition, and so we have a great time learning music together. And I know certain things, and they know certain things, and then the faculty, we have a group called the MSU Professors of Jazz, and we did a record a few years back, and we get to do concerts in the community, which for me is extremely important. And there's so many people on the crews here that are from the East Lansing area, East Lansing, Detroit area, and we consider them the MSU Jazz family. And so it was great to see them all on board. We have 3 MSU Jazz faculty on the crews. We have Randy Napoleon, who's playing with Freddie Cole, and we have Xavier Davis, who's playing with Regina Carter, and myself. So we get to say that the Spartans are on water for a while. But teaching is probably, teaching in jazz, it has changed form over the years, but it has always been a part of the music. Simply from showing somebody the tune that you write so that you can then play it together, to taking somebody on tour and you're on the bandstand and watching them learn and watching them grow as improvisers or as band players. That's another, or watching somebody learn how to produce records, or watching somebody learn how to arrange. Like Art Blakey probably is one of the greatest jazz educators in the history of the music, just from taking bands out and getting them to write, and just look at how much Wayne Shorter grew as a composer writing in his band. Freddie Hubbard, go down the list, Lee Morgan. And so it's important to be able to be a part of that canon as well. Hi, this is Etienne Charles. For more videos, go to JazzTimes.com.